Okay, today I have on the bench a Marantz 1090. It looks nice. It's an amplifier, and it's on the bench because the customer is saying that it's not sounding right. I'm not sure what it means by not sounding right. I think probably both channels are working. Before I touch this, I'd like to see what it really actually sounds like, and then we'll go from there. Okay, let's do it. Okay, it's hooked up on the dim bulb and through my speakers onto my scope, and we'll do a sound test, see what we actually have, if there's anything wrong with this. I'd like to see before we touch it. Okay, so we're ready for this. I've got it hooked up on the dim bulb going through my scope, my speakers as well, and I'm going to power this on. There, the light came on. Dim bulb is really not using no more power than usual, so that's a good sign. I do have a humming on this. Got a lot of noise when I turn this on. Did you guys hear that? Let's try this on. Try this again. Okay, I'm going to power it on. And the right channel is really loud and noisy. You've seen that. You've seen that on the scope. Okay, let's turn the volume up. You're seeing on the scope. I'll bring you guys closer. I'll mute this. Gonna mute this. And check out the scope. Definitely have an issue with the right channel. Okay. I'll bring this up to 5 volts per division. There we go. Let's try this. And you can see there's an issue with this. There's an issue with the right channel. See, there's my left channel. It seems to be okay. The yellow bar is the left channel, but check out the pink. You don't see it pink. I think you see it blue, but the blue is the right channel. Definitely an issue with the right channel, eh? Yeah, big issue. Okay, so we know what's going on. We know I have an issue with the right channel. Okay, so the customer wasn't really wrong about saying there was an issue and it didn't sound right. But we do have sound, though, coming out of the right channel, eh? Yeah, you can hear the distortion. You can hear the distortion on that side. And that would be the right channel. Here's the left. The left is nice and clear. Okay, so we're having an issue on the right channel. We've concluded that. Okay, so we've concluded that there's an issue with the right channel. I'm going to power all of this off, and we're going to get to work. First thing is we're going to open this up and see what we can find. There. This is my power amp. This is the left and this is the right. This power, I'm going to be concentrated on this. I know the left channel is working properly, so we'll investigate on the right channel, see if there's any difference in both channels, and we'll go from there. We'll try to do this by process of elimination. And here are, right down here, you'll see my outputs right out here. and we'll continue on from there. I'll see. I don't think there's anything wrong with the output transistors, but I do believe there's an issue around this area here because this is the right channel. Okay, there's my filter capacitors there. Check out the transformer. It's pretty big, eh? Notice the controls here, eh? Look at these big rods going all the way down. It's kind of nice, eh? Got this one. Like that. There's some circuit boards, so we'll be able to, as well, once we found the issue and correct that, I'm also going to check these orange capacitors. There's quite a few of them. This is phone amp, preamp, all of this is on this side. And right over here is my power amp. Okay, but right now I have an issue with the right channel. We're going to concentrate on this. We're going to get right to work. Few more screws. Check this out. Right down here, kind of looks like something liquid was dropped on this board. But this here is the amp board that I'm going to be concentrating on. This is the right side, right up here. This would be the left. Okay, so we'll be concentrated on this board first. I want to see if I can find any components on here that are bad, and then we can just change it and continue on. Okay, so first thing is first, I need to repair the right side channel. And nothing really is jumping at me from inspecting this. These orange caps are definitely going to be changed, but I do believe these are fuses right here. Okay, I'm going to put in my probes on my multimeter. These are the probes that I like to test some components. Put this on DC voltage. Put this on a regular outlet. And I'm going to power this on. Got power here. Now remember guys, this is live. I got power here. So you need to be careful, okay? So these are my outputs here. I don't suspect anything wrong with my outputs. And the reason why I am saying that I don't suspect anything with my outputs is my dim bulb didn't send me any warning that there was a dead short here. I don't believe there's anything wrong with my outputs, but we're going to test them anyway. Okay, they're right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is the right channel. We're having an issue with the right channel. The right channel is closest to this chassis here. Okay, so let's go down to my voltage is plus 46. This should be minus 46. That's minus 42. No, there it is. Minus 46. So that's, I was just checking the left channel. Okay, let's do the right channel. Let's see what we found on there. There's the right channel. There's my minus 46 and my plus 46. Well, I don't know if you guys seen that though. Just hang on a second. Bring this closer. We'll check my right channel. Plus 46. This should be my minus 46. And it is. So my outputs are working correctly. I can safely say there's nothing wrong with my outputs. Okay? But we're going to have to dig a little further in to find out what actually is the issue, was why am I having distortion on the right channel. In order to do this, I'm going to need a schematic, and this is where a schematic would come in handy, and we're going to get that. Okay, I've got the schematic for the Marantz. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to start to compare. I want to compare some voltage with the left and the right channel. That's what I'd like to start off with. We'll see if you guys can see the multimeter. I'm going to put it on DC voltage, and this is powered on. Okay. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to check this. These are my emitter resistors, and right now I'm measuring the left channel. So for my emitter resistor, I shouldn't have any voltage, and which I don't. I've got millivolts here. Okay, 15 millivolts. There's 30 millivolts. Let's check the right one. The right one is, I'm jumping quite high, eh? 270 and 260. There is some voltage on these emitter resistor on the right side, and we're having an issue with the right side, right? So that's what I'm trying to compare here, and I don't think there's anything wrong with my emitter resistors. I'm going to shut this off, and we'll measure them. This is what I should be measuring. 1 ohm. 1 ohm. 1 ohm. So there's nothing wrong with my emitter resistors. Just that I'm having current where I shouldn't have current. So there's a leakage on the right side. Something is leaking. It's either a transistor or it could be a resistor as well. So we're trying to find the trace here, and I was just measuring these emitter resistor right here. So I'm going to backtrack, knowing that I don't have any issues with my output. What I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack this way. Okay, we'll go this way on this board and see. We'll try to trace that voltage somewhere. So we'll power this back on. All right, let's see what I've got here. So there is a bit of current on the emitter resistor, which there shouldn't be. So Q720. Check the transistor Q720, which is the one right here. You know, it's probably hard for you guys to see this, eh? Okay, there we go. There's my Q720. I'm gonna measure the transistor here. Find the base. Junction. And a junction. So Q720 is good. Should actually have a voltage of 44 at the collector. 44 volts. and then no voltage at all from this on. So let's say the collector I've got 46 volts. Okay. So that means I'm getting current. My voltage is not so bad there on that one. So let's backtrack on this. So this rail here should be 44 volts, and I've got 46 volts, which is okay. I'm gonna measure I'll measure this resistor Q716 and Q714. 0.26. 0.26. So this Q, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this is my emitter resistor. I shouldn't have any voltage there, and I have 0.2, and this is coming out of this transistor here. I should not get any voltage on this. 1.3, 0.4, 0.2. This transistor is working okay. So, and this is transistor Q16. Okay, there's backing up to Q16. Let's try Q14, and Q14 is this one. Well, this was 16 and this was 14. So I'm getting, these two are connected directly to my emitter resistors. So that's not the issue, because I'm getting what I'm supposed to get. The voltage that I'm getting off of these, I'm getting on here. So this is not the issue. So we need to back up a little more. So let's go down to Q, transistor 710. There's transistor 710 right here. I'm getting my 45, 0.5, Q10, where am I? Q10 right here. Okay, I should have, I have my 40, minus 40. Yeah, it should be 42, that's 45. And then I should have 1.4, and okay, the emitter is 40, I should get 43, and I'm getting 45. Okay, this is the base here. Okay, so I'm getting my voltage there as well. And this is the collector. The collector should be 1.3, and I have 1.4, which is okay. So this transistor is working great. So we're gonna back off of this. So we'll go to Q708. There's Q708. At my base, I've got 44. The emitter is 45. So at the base, I should have 43, according to this, and 40. So this is running okay. Let's back off to Q706. So what we're doing here is we're backing off here. So Q706, I should have at the emitter 42. Q706 This is the emitter right here. Okay, we've got an issue here. Okay, at Q706, at the emitter I should have 42 volts. Same voltage as here. Okay, and at the emitter of Q06, this is the base, but this is the collector here. I'm getting 36. That's not right. That should be 42. Okay, let's see if this transistor is short. So Q706. Power this off. This is the transistor right here. Junction there. And a junction here. So this transistor is good. Okay, so this transistor is the Q706. So I don't have, at the emitter, I should have 42 volt, minus 42, and I've got minus 36. I'm short some voltage here, like 5 volts. So could it be that this resistor 710, let's check this resistor. This is a resistor here. This resistor is open. Let's power this on and measure some voltage here. Okay. So the Q106, at the emitter I should have 42 volts. Q706, this is the emitter, I have 36 volts. And this is coming through this resistor here. Out of this transistor, at the emitter of this transistor I should have 42 volts. And I have minus 42 volts, and I have minus 36. So minus 36, I should be getting 46, but this is the one. That's where I'm getting my 36. And 46, and I shouldn't. I should be getting, so and this is where I'm getting my minus 37. Let's check this resistor. This resistor should give me minus 46. Minus 46. I'm not getting this out of this one. I'm minus 37. On this side I'm getting minus 46. But on this side I'm not. There's an issue with this resistor. I'm going to shut this off. And I'm going to measure resistor 710. Resistor 710 should be a resistor of 470 ohm. And I'm certainly not getting that. Oh, I'm not on resistor, it's all right. There we go, let's try this again. Okay, I should be measuring something. I'm not measuring anything. Milliohms. There's kiloohms. There's definitely an issue with this resistor. Something tells me that this resistor is open. And it is. That should be 470 ohm, and I'm measuring in kilo ohms. All right, so we're gonna investigate this a little closer. Okay, we'll power this off, and I'm gonna check that transistor again. This transistor is good. This one, these two are good. So the issue, I believe, is that resistor. I'm going to compare the resistor from the right side. This says it's open. And if I go to this one, I'm measuring 470 ohm. Okay, so this resistor is definitely giving me an issue. So the left channel is saying it's 470, but on the right I'm not measuring that at all. I'm measuring open. Okay, we'll take that out of there. There's a new resistor right here. Okay, I'm ready to put it through the dim bulb before we do anything, and we're going to power this on. All right, you guys ready? Oh, the dim bulb charged the capacitor and seems to be working. Now, you guys remember the voltage that I had, eh? At the base of that transistor, I had 36 volts. I was short about 5 or 6 volts. I'm just anxious to see what I'm going to find after replacing that resistor. Okay, so we're ready. So remember, at the base I had 45 or 46 volts. I'm down to 44. And at the emitter I was down to 36. Now it seems to be working great. There's my 44, and that should have been, before I changed that resistor, I was at 36. So it kind of looks like my voltage came back. Remember, I had 0.2 voltage on the emitter resistor, and it's back to 0. Look at that. If you compare it to the left emitter resistor, let's do millivolts. 20 millivolts. No voltage at all. So may need to set the bias on this again, maybe, I don't know. But my voltage is gone from the emitter resistor, which I'm pretty happy. I bet you any money the whole issue with this was the resistor, and I'm going to hook up some speakers to this. Okay, after changing that resistor, I just want to see if my wave is complete. I'll mute this though. Put this on 8 ohm. All right, I'll bring you guys closer, and I'm sending a frequency through the auxiliary. Power is on. It's going to go through my scope, and there it is. The wave is complete on both channel. Isn't that something? So that 470 resistor that was open was giving me the issue on the right channel, and there it was right there. Okay, so that's how I've done it. I've started with the outputs, and then you back off. And a schematic is really, really helpful in a case like this. This is where you want to really get a schematic for all of this. Now, the only thing left to do with this is I am going to power this off, and we're going to check some capacitors. I know some of these capacitors are probably leaky. Now this is the power amp where I had the issue on the right channel. And on the preamp section as well, I've got a lot of orange ones, which I'm going to check every single one of them. Make sure that this is 100% operational, and then we'll check if I have any DC voltage, and we'll check the bias, see if it is set. Okay, so we're going to continue on with this. Okay, before I start poking, I'm going to check if I have any voltage on my filter capacitors. I just want to make sure that it's safe to go in there without any issues. Don't have any issues at all. I'm measuring 0 DC voltage on this, so I think we're good to go. And the capacitor wizard, I'm going to start off with the power amp board right here. I want to try, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 10 capacitors on this board, and I'm going to check them. There's my capacitor wizard, and the battery is fully charged on this. Okay, let's try this. This is a good cap. This one is a good one as well. See this? I'll finish checking these orange ones. You can tell I'm running into an issue for the right channel with these two caps right here. Really high in ESR. Let's try the left channel. That's high in ESR as well. So okay, so these 4 oranges one are telling me that it's high in ESR. I'll probably change these 2 as well, so at least the orange ones will be new caps on this. And I will check the other ones as well. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7. I'm just going to put you on pause for this. I'm not going to film this. It's very routine, and I'll probably will show you the capacitors that I changed, and I've always liked to do that, compare them with the new ones, you know, the old ones, and compare ones, and it does make a difference when you do change these small capacitors. It's going to give it such a better sound as well. Hey guys, so I'm all done with the power amp board. I've changed all the orange capacitor that were on that board has been changed. They were all high in ESR. And what I want to do before I move on to the next board, I want to check if all the work that I've done on the power amp is actually working. Okay, so I'm going to power it on. It's perfect. No issues with the power amp board. This way here I can safely say that if I get an issue in the next round, I'll know that this one is not giving me an issue, and I know this one. So it's just easier to test each board when you're done with them, because if you do all the boards, then you're not going to know if you end up with an issue or a problem, it's a little harder for you to find. It just makes it easier for you to find an issue if you do one board at a time. Test when you're done a board, test it, and then move on to the next one if there's no issue. That's the way I like to do it, and it's a good way of doing it. Okay, so now the power amp is okay. I'm moving on to the preamp. All these orange capacitors have all tested high ESR. I am going to change all of them. Okay? So we better get to work. I'll put you on pause and I'll return when I'm done with this board. Hey guys, that's the preamp right here. Change all the orange capacitors. Now I'm ready to solder those back, cut the legs off, and we'll continue to check the other capacitors as well. Just wanted to show you guys where I was at. Okay, pause again. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you that on the preamp, that would have definitely given us an issue if I wouldn't have checked every single capacitor. So this capacitor right here, I checked it and it was high ESR. And I am going to take it out of there to show you guys. This is a 47 at 35 volts. Okay. So if I check this with my capacitor wizard, nothing. This thing is fried. There's nothing in there. And I'll check it with this thing. It's an open circuit. So we'll definitely have to replace this from the preamp. And it's right next to the filter capacitors, right on top of it. Then once you could see it, it was right there. Okay, we're gonna replace this. Okay guys, I have replaced that capacitor right there. And this whole preamp board is done. I've also checked these two filter capacitors and the one that's on the power supply. All checking out okay. Everything is good. Now, I'm just going to power it on for just 2 seconds just to see if it's going to come on. And it did. The bulb is working like it should. Everything is working good. So the capacitor replacement on this whole unit has been done. What I'm going to do now is I'm planning on cleaning these boards right here. There's a mess there. And I'll clean some of these boards. I am going to check these boards as well back here, but I don't suspect anything major there. And we'll clean these pots and these switches. Okay, so we're going to power this off and we're going to get to work. These knobs are nice. This one was giving me a hard time, but I've got it. There. Here. I won't have to take this out. I can spray this one really good. These ones as well. These I'll be able to spray from in here. And these ones are all the way up here, so very easy access to put in some contact cleaner on this. It's gonna work great. I'm all done changing all the capacitors on this. I did do a quick test with the scope, and my sine wave is complete. There's absolutely no issue with it anymore by changing that 470 ohm resistor. I'm at the bias stage now, and what I want to do is I want to see about the bias. The bias is set factory set at 11 or 12 milliamp. So according to Audio Caramel, they're going to set this at 7.5. It was set to 7.5 millivolt, and I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it at that. So here I am. I'm going to see what we've got. I'm checking the right channel right now, and I have 7.8. This has been running for at least a half an hour. So I'm going to leave it at this, but if you had to set the bias on here, your trim pot is right at the end of the power amp board. Okay, so we'll check the left channel. There's the left channel. The left channel is at 6.4. I'm just going to bring that up. It's 7.5. There you have it. So the left and the right channel are both set the way they were set before. Doing some DC voltage. Hooked up my probes to the speaker terminal, and I am having 0 voltage, 0 DC voltage on my speaker terminal. That was for the right channel. Let's do the left. Left channel is under 10 millivolts, which is superb. And you can't really set the DC voltage on this amplifier, but nevertheless, it's perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to power this off, and I'm going to start putting this back together. I'll start with the bottom plate. Now, before I put the top on, we're gonna do a sound test on this. See how much watts per channel we're getting with this, and we're gonna put it through the scope. On a regular outlet, I want full power to this amp, a frequency of 1,000 hertz through the scope, and we'll see, and we'll measure how many watts per channel I get. Let's do it. So here's the amp hooked up to through my speakers and my dim bulb. I'm gonna power this on. Full power coming up. Put this through auxiliary. Okay, I'm gonna mute this and I'll give you an 8 ohm load. And here we go. Power at its best. Okay, you see this? You see the scope? Okay. I'm only at 5 volts per division. I'll bring this to 10 volts per division. And this popped out. Okay. Okay, I'm on a regular outlet and this is powered on. Everything is on neutral. I have no loudness. I'm on auxiliary. I'm giving you 1,000 hertz of frequency, and there is my scope. Okay, I'm going to kick this back. There's the volume. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm playing with that. I don't know if I can do both at the same time, but let's see if I can back off. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have flat line on my scope. Let's start off with some power to this. And here we go. Can't go any further. I'm under an 8 ohm load. I have 0 distortion, full power. Check out my voltage. 18.8 and 18.4 on the left channel. This is pretty near equal. Et voila, what a beauty. So 18.4, my friend, this is pushing a lot of wattage. I think this is rated at 45 watts per channel, but all in all, it's working really nice. As the bias was already set at 7.5 or millivolts, sorry, and I left it there. But if you had to change, if you had to adjust the bias, this is the pot. This would be for the right channel, and I'll go around here, and there's the other one for the left channel. Okay, remember I had to change that resistor right there. That was open. That was giving me the issue on the right channel. Okay. Check out the before and after. You do not see any more orange capacitors on the preamp or the power amp. They're gone. All of them were high ESR. Okay, and they're right there, sitting pretty. Also change these 2 capacitors. This capacitor was actually open. That would have given me a lot of issues on the startup, I believe. If you remember when I powered this on, and there's a lot of noise on the channel. I showed you that on the scope. I remember showing you this, anyways. But this is the Marantz 1090, and check out the cleanliness. I've taken this board off. I've cleaned all these pots. I've cleaned all these buttons. I've actually sprayed a lot of contact cleaners on these pots. They're working really nice. If you have one of these 1090, and if you watch the whole video, you'll know exactly what I mean by checking the orange capacitors. They're always high in ESR. I actually found that capacitor right there next to the filter capacitor. That was open. This one right here. this was open. And that would have definitely given some issues for this amp. As I'm pretty happy with the results. I'm ready to put this back together, and I'm pretty happy with the results too. One of my followers asked me if I could put actual music on this, and I told him that I had to be careful because the YouTube police don't really care for us to do that stuff, eh? He gave me an idea. I thought it was a good idea, so I'm gonna try what he told me. Here's the sound test. Really nice and clear. Remember, I had distortion on the right channel. Nice and clear. There's my left. Left is beautiful. Together in harmony. Let's do it. Sounds really nice. Lots of power on this. The sound of the Marantz. It sounds really nice. Okay guys, this is the end of this video. I'm gonna wrap this up, put the top on, and we're gonna call this a day. I hope you liked the video, and thumbs up, give me some comments, some good comments, okay guys? Be easy on me, man. I really am touchy on that stuff. And catch you in the next video.